Okay, well, I put the RCA87K up here on the shelf for now because I decided I'm going to work on the Philco 89 a little bit. Back when I did this restoration the first time, what I did was I restuffed these filter cans, and I can show you actually what I did once I get these open. But back then I didn't really think of this before, but you see how bad that insulation is right there? I'm thinking that's breaking down and it's shorting in here somewhere, or there could be also bad connections and stuff. So, I mean, there's two new capacitors inside here that I restuffed. So what I want to do is get them out of here. That means I'm going to have to remove these and mount them under here, under the chassis somewhere. So I think that is probably the main problem of that this radio is having right now, because you know, it's motorboating. I'm getting 60 hertz hum in the speaker and everything, and I'm thinking that's probably the problem, because I also measured resistance from here to here, and I don't think I'm supposed to be getting anything, because that would be like a short right across the capacitor, and I'm getting a reading here. So I think I'm just going to redo that job there. By the way, I also rewired the transformer. I didn't do that on camera or anything, but you can see I got all new wires coming out of here. I did it just like I did the RCA. I also painted the outside of it. So I'm just going to try and do these capacitors now. And of course, I lost all my literature in my schematics. All I got to work with is this that I printed off Nostalgia Air, which is I think it's a Philco 89 model run code 123, but it uses a different tube. It uses a 77 detector. This one uses a 36. I don't think you can see in there, but I think the power supply is about the same, so we should be able to use a schematic, even though it's tiny. I don't really know how to print a bigger one, so this is all we got to work with. Okay, we got the first filter can out, and now you get to see some of my old work. Here, I got some, actually I think that's a toilet paper roll right there. I'm pretty fond of using those in my restoration projects. So let's see if we can get this off here. Let's put the camera down. You can see what I did here. I'll put the camera down. Right there. There's my old work. The inside of this is all insulated. I actually did a pretty good job. And you can see down in here how I did it. That is a 8 microfarad capacitor, which is hopefully the right value. I don't know, because it doesn't say on the schematic. As you can see here, it does not say. But I think that's right. Yeah, because that rubber, I think it's breaking down. I don't trust it. And you know, that might not be the best connection in the world right here either. Right in here and down there. So what I'm going to do is just take this capacitor out, and we're going to wire it under the chassis. So, yeah, one other thing I want to mention. It is connected inside here, as you can see that. So guess where my ground is? It's actually out here. So it's like, it's got to make a good connection here plus out here, because this thing is just loose. This is just flowing around right here. It's not even cleaned off that well. So, I mean, that was my old work there. You can see nowadays I wouldn't do anything like that, but you know, back in the day, what did I know? That was back in 07, I think. So yeah, that could definitely be causing some issues right there. So we're going to eliminate this completely. Okay. got this closed back up, and it's just going to sit down back in there for, it's just going to be a decoration. That's it. Actually, before I even do that, I'm going to put some tape around here because this kind of likes to come up. And it's going to set it back in there and screw it down. Okay, before I get ready to seal this back up, I had a little thought. I know some people like to stuff like little notes or whatever inside here. So I figured I'd make kind of a little time capsule. I was trying to think of what could be the most coolest thing you could find in here like 80 years from now. So I came up with this. I'm not trying to make a political statement here. I don't care what anybody thinks about our lovely president right now. But this would be like the biggest sign of the times that you could think of, probably like 80 years from now. So I'm just going to kind of roll this up and stuff it in there. And put a little note in there too. So that'll be kind of cool if somebody's smart enough to open this up years from now when it goes for the second restoration and find that. I just think that would be pretty cool. Okay, well, I got the other one out. As you can see, I used a piece of PVC pipe on this one, which is what they recommended when I looked it up. See that tiny little screw in there? That's how I did it. Not a bad job, but I'm redoing it because I don't trust that rubber in there. Unfortunately, we got some bad news. My soldering gun has appeared to have crapped out. All of a sudden, it just stopped getting real hot, and this part started getting hot, so I think it's about done for. It's a good one too. It's a Montgomery Ward Model 84. I think the thing is burning out or something because this shouldn't get that hot, and the tip wasn't getting hot at all. So I gotta resort back to this piece of crap. I'm gonna have to get me a new soldering gun, I guess. Well, yeah, here's what I've done so far. I've got a solder lug here. This is not connected to this electrically in any way. It's just soldered here to kind of hold it in place. And then I've got the negatives are going to run here. And then I'm going to solder this other capacitor like this. And then hook the positives up. And I should be done. And on the base of here, you can see I wrote, do not open until 2093. Which is 80 years from the anniversary of when I originally declared this radio restored, even though there's like a lot more work to be done on it, which is what I'm doing now. So, but I figured that would be a good number right there, so that'd be kind of cool. And I've got the positives like linked into here. I want to get another terminal strip, but I don't really have anything to solder it onto, and this is pretty solid, hanging just like this, so that should be good. And I got some heat shrink here. I haven't shrunk it down yet though. And this over here, I was messing around with this resistor and it just all of a sudden came loose from here, so I even had a cold solder joint up there. So I was trying to resolder that when my soldering iron crapped out. So yep, that's where we stand right now. This iron isn't really that good at all, so if this doesn't end up working, I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow to get another soldering iron and soldering gun and keep on going. Okay, well, I'm gonna film one last section here before I wrap this video up. I was just doing some voltage measurements here. It says here that it's supposed to be 350 volts AC here on the Type 80 rectifier tube, right there on these two pins here. Well, I am not getting 350 volts AC. I'm getting over 600 on those two, so that's not good. And then I went here and measured the resistance, because this coil here says 200 ohms here, 200 ohms here. Well, I'm getting like 100 and whatever ohms here and 100 and something else here, and across this should be about 400, but I'm getting like 300 something. Like, I'll show you right here. If we go to here to, where's my negative? Alright, that's right there. There. So on one side of that, we're getting 152 ohms, where we should be getting 200. And on the other side, we're getting 172. And across the two, we are getting 324, where we should be getting 400. Plus we're getting 600 volts out of that when we should be getting 350. So I wonder if I have a shorted power transformer. That's the only thing I can think of. So if that's the case, that's not good. That means I'm going to have to try and find another one. Either that or get it redone somehow. But yeah, if it's shorted, I'm pretty much screwed for now. So yeah, if any of you guys have any thoughts on that, just let me know, because my battery's dying. So see you guys later.